About Don Miguel Ruiz, I think it was. When he was, I think, well,
the four agreement.
Well, no, mine, the one I read was the three questions, I think. Like, I think it was what is love, what is real, and like, who are you, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in the book, he was talking about like your mind and how you hear a voice.
So one is my copy and one is...
I think you just signed one. So in the book, he was like, oh, when you're thinking, whose voice is that talking?
Yeah.
And he's like, is that your voice? Is that somebody else's voice? Like, who is that? And
I think that was, yeah, I think that's four agreement.
It might be. He might have said the same thing.
Yeah.
Is it?
Hey, K.I.
What's up now? But yeah, maybe think about it. So it's like your stomach won't tell you I'm full. Your brain's supposed to tell you that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If your stomach could think, your stomach probably be like, I think we're good. We can squeeze a little bit more in there.
You just need some water.
Yeah. Like, hey, you can power through this. But that's why we gotta right. Right, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. But that's because of our brain and what we've been taught to do.
Sorry.
Well, I'm Coach Troy Lee, current head coach of Gridiron Gang.
Coach Sanders, former head coach. Right now, I just help out from time to time based on my work schedule.
How did you get introduced to flag football?
So for me, a couple years ago, a few people started telling me about female flag. I kept declining. Then I met your producer here, your chief, Darnell, and he told me he wanted to start his own team. I knew that starting a team was hard, but you know, you want to support somebody's dreams, of course. And we came out, you know. I came out to help videos just like yourself. I came out to help shoot some film, and I kind of fell in love with it.
The story's kind of similar. I met Darnell through, I believe it was fantasy football, and through different other ventures that he had, and then he mentioned to me that he wanted to start a flag football team. So he brought me on to try to help, and then ultimately he introduced me first to Jerome with the Rangers to kind of introduce me to how the things work. And then going from there, we decided to link up with Coach Andre, who was actually the head coach of Gridiron Gang at that time. And then from then, I went on and helped assistant coach with the Gridiron Gang under Andre, and it's just progressed from there.
There's a lot of drama with the league too now. I don't know if you heard, but teams are forfeiting to play in Tasha League. Yeah, like teams are starting to forfeit We Elite to play in Tasha League. Yeah, that's why I said it should be one. That's why I've been saying it should be one league. Yeah, 2 conferences. That's all I've been saying. I'm glad we did this. That's it.
The best 4 from this conference.
Right. Playoffs. That's what I've been saying, but no. So Matt, so IC Nightmare, Carolina United, and Case Closed taking L's this week. And they was trying to set it up where, because I think Case Closed played CU or New Era, and then IC Nightmare played CU or whatever. So they were trying to say, oh, we'll take this loss, and then we'll take the, like, no, y'all all take losses. Because like, y'all ain't gonna be manipulating who gets wins. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's an L for both teams. It was like, y'all trying to play games where it's like, y'all moving up the ladder. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't just get wins, because that hurts us. So no, everybody takes an L, and then we kind of can move on. But that's why I told Rome, I was like, bro, y'all need to squash this, man. He's like, nah, it's only one league. It's only one league, one true league, and that's We Elite. And I'm like, y'all need to realize that none of y'all are really for the ladies right now. Like, I've been trying to tell them, like, y'all need to put all this personal stuff aside and come together.
Even if each league only has 5 or 6 teams,
that's fine.
Just you have your schedule.
Yes.
Only time y'all got to come together is for playoffs.
We would have been good. Real quick. So the ball's here. It's a lot. All right, it's on offense. On defense, you know, you just rushing. We're gonna work on that. But defense, on the ball right here, you got the center. This is the 1. This is the 2. All right. Right. Left is odd. All right. So this is 2. Yeah, come in.
Right here. Shelly stand right there. Coach Chris gotta get you on the other side of her.
Yeah, so you got 2, 4, 6. 1, 3, 5. So if you, right. So if you hear, it's not on there, don't worry about that. Yeah. So if you hear dive, it's going between one of these. 1 or 2. If you hear, yeah, we dive into the middle. If you hear power, it's 3 or 4. If you hear anything with sweep, it's 5 or 6. Dive, power, sweep. That's all. You gotta. If you can remember the 3 words, then you'll know, hey, we're diving, we're going up the middle somewhere. Power, we're going slightly outside. Sweep, we're going outside completely.
So,
That's what he would tell you. Okay. Yeah, when he calls it, he say 21. Yeah, so if he says 21 or 1, anything that ends in a 1, you would run straight that way. And he's gonna follow you. Okay. All right, if he says 2, you're going right here up this hole, find the first person that you see, block them, and they're gonna follow you.
Okay, so when you say 21, I got the option of 1.
21. So 2 is the person that's running, 1 is the hole. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I didn't explain that part.
No.
So 20, so it's really the last number. Think of the last number, 21. That 1 right there, yep. There you go. We're gonna get you right, don't worry. It's your second practice. Give yourself some grades, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna get you right. It is.
I first went on as an assistant coach for Dre with the Gridiron Gang, and the one thing that I saw about Gridiron when I first got introduced to Flag was they didn't have a lot of players. After this 8-on-8, when I first saw them play, they were playing with 6 women. And they ended up losing that game, but they only lost by 1 score, and it took all the way to the end. And I just loved the heart that they had in there. And I thought, you know what? Heart is something you can't coach. I feel as though I can jump on and maybe fine-tune some of the skills that was in there, just to, you know, make it more of a machine. But the heart is what I fell in love with. So I came on as assistant coach for Dre. I was there for about 1.5 seasons. And then Coach Andre had to step away, in which I assumed the head coaching duties. And I held it down for a season, and then that's when I brought in Darnell and Troy came to help me as my then offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. My main forte is also defense, so I kind of was always hanging around with D a lot, but I know a good deal of offense as well. So that's what we had. We had 1 season under our belt, we did okay, and then we, you know, rounded it out, come up to the next season, we had everything laid out. Like, the plan was good, off-season was good, recruiting was good, playbook was good, but just like the rest of the world, COVID hit. And due to COVID hitting, obviously our season was stalled. Both of my assistant coaches had to step away because you had to take care of their families during COVID. So, also I was going through a law enforcement academy, which is straining a lot of my time as well. So during the COVID years, I took on the coach responsibility by myself, in which I leaned on a lot of my players and my leaders at the time. And to this day, I still can't thank them enough, because there was a lot of times that I could not be there and they would hold it down. So for about 1.5 years, I held down Gridiron Gang, as well as everything that was going on with my law academy, and it was just a lot. Then as COVID started coming away, fortunately, Troy was able to come back out and he took on his offensive coordinator roles. But due to the demands of my job, I knew that I could no longer be a head coach because I just couldn't put in the time. So that's when we started working in the transition for Troy to end up taking over. So after my last season, which was about 2 or 3 seasons ago?
Yeah, three seasons ago.
About 3 seasons ago. That was my last year. And then that's when we transitioned to Troy being the head coach. And ever since then, even though I always say I'm very part-time, but I know how hard it is to do it by yourself. And the one thing I wanted to do with Troy in transition was to help him out as much as I could. So be there when I can, be an ear to talk to whenever I could. Until now, we're fortunate enough to have other assistant coaches that can assist him, as well as me kind of in the background. So that's how we transitioned from myself to Coach Troy.
Well, we could win right now, though. That's the good thing about it. Like, based on the talent that we have. I don't think you ever met. Oh, yeah, you did. You played with Jeter.
Yeah.
She said she might come back. Right now, her knee, yeah, she texted me a couple weeks ago, but she has a, I want to say like a slightly torn ligament. So right now it's just like 3, playing basketball. So she got just like a couple of weeks, maybe like another week or 2, and she might be able to come out. But she's a person that literally might not be able to come to practice. So we'll have another body at least. This is some of the stuff I deal with. So you missed it. So I don't know if you remember Dawn. Mm-hmm. So, her and Shay, they had that beef. That's why our Shay. Yeah. So she came out, and the moment she brought a flag, which I was very happy about. But she basically was saying that her and Shay, they just don't get along. So Shay offered to leave for Dawn to come, and then Dawn's like, I can't come out unless she leaves. But I'm like, I'd rather keep Shay because she at least wants to be a team player. So it was just one of those things. She came out and talked, and I was like, bro, I get you guys got that beef, you know what I'm saying, but we ain't in Jersey no more. You know what I'm saying? This is North Carolina, you gotta let it go. So she said she would continue to think about it. I said, I'll try to mediate if I can, but I don't got time for y'all to be shooting each other at the field. And they both strapped, so so right. And then Joy got some things going on, which I didn't think about it. Her mom told me. So Joy got some things going on, Jaleesa. It's all good though. We're gonna be all right though. This girl's gonna be good, man. If we can get her, Red, Z, Rich, and Aaron back at the same time, oh my God, that rush is gonna be amazing. Y'all gonna be living it up. But how you doing though? You can be honest with me. I know, Z mentioned a little bit. She ain't tell me the whole thing, but.
I was telling Coach last night, I feel like you're taking responsibility off.
Accountability.
Off other people and putting it on me, right?
Right.
So I'm like, yesterday I went to IC9 in practice.
Sure.
Right here. Jaleesa was guard.
Yeah.
Blocking just fine.
Right.
Schemes just fine. All he did was say, y'all do this, you're going to get the person that's to your left because the play's going to the left.
That's it. That's what I was trying to explain, yeah.
And even on the Armbands, I drew
you did.
The linemen, the blocks that they have to do. And I'm like, we had pictures before. Y'all said the pictures were great, right?
That's
everybody
what I said.
Everybody was able to understand what the linemen called.
Right.
Without, a lot of extra stuff. So I'm like, I don't understand how. Making the plays, I'm making it less complicated.
Yes.
And I'm making plays so that we don't have to huddle. It's too much for us to go in the huddle or to not have a huddle, and then I'm like, hey, you wanted this, you wanted that, you wanted this, you wanted that. When I could just say, hey, 12, and you look at your letter, your number, and then you run that route.
Because and that's what I thought about. And I told them, I said, do I need, and I'm glad you put Joy's name on there. I was like, do I need to put people's names instead of left guard, right guard? Because we could do that.
And then on top of that, I was like, okay, is that person not here?
Right.
Or if they're on the sideline.
Well, I'm not Joy.
Exactly. I thought it said such and such.
Right. But yeah, no, we're gonna work it out. As I told Z, I was like, I try to, give people autonomy. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to learn myself how to have assistant coaches. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it 2 weeks. See how I feel. Because what we did defensively, Rich is doing fine. Defensively we look good. Offensively, I feel like that's what we need to be doing. But the thing about it is, with that bomb formation, I want you guys to be more expansive. Because you think about it, it's 6 people in front of you. So it's like, we don't have to just release the tight ends. Like, you could release the guards, you can, you know what I'm saying, to run it. Like, it's 6 people, so anybody can block, anybody can run a route. That's the thing, that's what I loved about it. And I want him to see it, I want you to see it. So it's like, hey, if you're in the game and you do huddle, I say huddle if you need to huddle. I wasn't even, that's on me. Like, if you need to huddle, especially on 3rd down, where you know you need to get the play right. Like, that's what I'm about. I don't want it to be just, hey, you know, we're no huddling just to no huddle. I want to get the play right. So it's like, hey, if we just had a bad play, we need to huddle up. You know what I'm saying?
My no huddle style would be to just call a play, everybody look down.
That's what
position. It doesn't make sense to not have a huddle.
Yeah.
To tell defense to play.
So,
like, hey, you run a 2, you run a 3, and y'all do this, like a man call. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Eventually they're gonna...
That's why I said I thought the linemen should come up, they should turn around, look real quick, and then just turn back. That's it. You know what I mean? I think that's fine. Like, line on me, right? They turn around, 12.
Right.
And he better not have no questions.
Exactly. And if you don't know where the play is going, read the play.
Read it, yeah. Don't look at the play, just look at your letter. That's it. But yeah, we'll work it out. It would be good if people were here, but. So when we first came out, I came out to help Dre. I met James, obviously Darnell was there. The first season that we all came out, I wasn't consistent. I was super part-time. I think I had some car trouble, some other things going on. So that first season I came out to help Gridiron Gang. I came and then I kind of left. Then the next season I did the same thing. I came and then I left again. And then that season after that, right before the COVID year, I ruptured my quad. I remember that, I ruptured my quad. So that put me out for a couple of months. So that next year, when I did come back to be offensive coordinator, that's when COVID hit. So the only reason I couldn't stay out during the COVID time is because my wife has a heart condition and I had to step away to make sure that she was good. So long story short, you know, he's going through it. I'm seeing the chat, I'm seeing the games, I'm seeing everything, and I'm just like, eventually I'm gonna get back out there, but right now we gotta just kind of let COVID die down. And then I would say March of 2021, February, March, one player hit me up and they're like, Coach, we got more girls, we got more talent. We need to get him some help because he's doing it by himself. We need help. Defensively, we're strong. We just need somebody to come in and help us offensively. So, all right, I'm about to go to Puerto Rico. Let me think about it. You know what I'm saying? Let me think about it. So then, right before I was about to go to Puerto Rico, another player hit me. Hey, Coach, like, so, you know, somebody hits you up, you know they want to tell you something, they want to say something, but they're trying to make sure that they're not using you. So she's like, hey, Coach, you know, how you doing? You all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. She was like, I just want to see if you're thinking about coming out, you know, we could really use your help, so on and so forth. And I said, yeah, let me go to Puerto Rico, and then I'm gonna come back. So I went to Puerto Rico, and the minute I got back, somebody hit me up again. I was like, all right, I'll be at practice on Thursday. So I come back to practice. That's that week we had the big blow up that day. Come back to practice, you know, practice is going good. Then toward the end of practice, there was this massive argument. You know, somebody's rushing. One of the coaches are rushing. The girl wasn't blocking them at all. And he might have tapped one of the girls. Big argument. Oh, he shouldn't be rushing like this. She should be doing this. And then some people stormed off. And I'm just like, yo, like, what did I walk back into? But I feel like it was just like a culmination of things kind of just brewing and people not saying what they needed to say. The competitive edge towards everybody. Everybody's kind of just like whatever. So I'm like, you know what? We'll fix this. So, but he hadn't let me know that he was thinking about stepping down yet. So just maybe a week or two later, he was like, you know what? This is going to be my last season. And he was like, I'm going to try to find the next person. He asked me. Naturally, I'm a very non-committal person. So I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't think I want to do that. I don't want to do it. So then I think I went home maybe a couple days later and I messaged him. I said, this is what we'll do. Dave Chappelle did. I said, God would have to send me a clear sign of me holding 2 forms of ID, holding a clipboard, a roster, right? I went full Dave Chappelle.
My mama's standing
right. My mama's standing right next to me. And I tell you, no lie, I went to sleep that night and I had a dream. I was on the sideline. I had a clipboard with a roster. I was on the sideline and I woke up 5 in the morning. I was like, damn. I texted him. I was like, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'll do it. You know, he sent me a very clear and vivid sign. I'm gonna do it. So we started putting a plan, a transitionary plan into motion. Our offense slowly but surely started getting better. And we finished the season in the playoffs. We did the full transition. He handed it over, and now that was it. My tenure has begun.
We won that first round. We lost in the second round.
Yeah, we beat Limited Edition and lost to.
We lost to New Era.
New Era. Yep.
By 1 score.
Mm-hmm. We took him to, and he talked about Ray talked about to this day. He'll be like, y'all need to watch out for Gridiron Gang because they're tough. Like he's like, they'll sleep around and bust you up if you ain't, you know, he talk real country. So he's like, they'll bust you up if you ain't paying attention.
Live in the moment.
Mason! Mason! Ready?
Y'all look good.
Go!
No. Keep looking though.
Like I said, she gives me China vibes though. Like,
She look like China.
She gives me big China vibes, man.
Nah, she gonna be better than China. Just like Little gonna be better than what's the girl name? Tina.
Yes. So I just told B, I was like, yo, we got a nice young core. You think about it. You got Little, you got Kai, you're gonna have Jules, you got KJ. When you get back, Aaron get back, Red coming out. You know
it's about to be a wrap.
It's about to be a yeah, it's gonna be bananas. And then you never know. And I mean, we got 100. So since we started using Jotform, we got 105 submissions.
Oh wow, that's good. That's good. And we just started using it a few months ago, didn't we?
No, Jotform's been in since last July. Yeah, since last July. 105 submissions. Probably about.
What percentage?
I would say 40 to 45 people came out 2K practice.
Okay.
And about now, we're probably up to about 17 people actually played in the game.
Oh, that's really not bad.
Yeah, so you think about it. Little, so just today, right? You got Little, Kai, Shelly, all people that filled out forms and came out. Joy filled out a form from Coach Sanders. Shelly actually filled out a form a minute ago, and Shelly actually found us when I had made a post on Craigslist in the beginning.
Oh wow!
In the beginning, when I first came out, I was like, I need to find some people.
Look, I do that same thing for my school.
Yeah,
I put posts on Craigslist, Indeed jobs. Yo, this is a free job.
No, it is.
You don't get paid, but it's fun.
It is. It's true though. It's true. So Shelly, there's a couple people Shelly's age. They all were Shelly's age. I'll be honest. They all were between that 50 to 60. They all came out.
But I mean, she working though.
She is. That's why I told her. I was like, I said, I don't care how old she is. If you give us just an ounce of juice, I'll take it. You know, but
I said she can go big body against that big boy Sanders.
Right. and not be intimidated to come back and play again. So that's the thing about a lot of people. He go out there and they be like, they kind of hold back. But yeah, no, we got a lot of recruiting, man. We just got to get more people out. So when he left, like the first week, I think I lost 6 players. You know, like I lost like legit, like 3 people. It was a big wave of people going to play tackle. Remember? I mean, you remember? Big wave of people. Hey, I want to go play tackle. Then
we'll keep names out.
Yeah, I won't say the names. Then we had, you know, our quote-unquote star player, which is what drives this rivalry game, right? Our star player, you know, our best player on the team. She says, "Hey, I'm gonna take the season off." Right? But it wasn't just, hey, I'm gonna take the season off. Then it was like, hey, I'm gonna go play for another team this year, which is fine. Then it turned into, hey, I'm not coming back. Again, fine. And another one of our captains, the longest reigning players, hey, I'm going to go and play for another team also. Completely fine. Then injuries. Couple of the young people that we had during his tenure didn't come over. They went to the new team. Completely fine. So when I first came out to practice, I had about 4 people. And I instilled in this thing, I said, listen guys, we're going to have to recruit. And we got to recruit heavy. So when I first came out, I don't even think I shared it with James. It's like, there were people who were scared to recruit. Like they were scared. They were scared because they were fearful of losing playing time. So that competitive part, that's where it was like, hey, James is challenging you to compete. But they were scared to compete because they didn't, I don't know if it was a lack of belief in themselves or whatever it was, but it was like, nah, coach, we can't recruit. We got 14 girls. I was like, no, you need 30 girls so that if you get 14 at practice, you can have a legit practice. He doesn't have to fill in. I don't have to fill in. Darnell doesn't have to fill in, right? You girls can just get work. But the thing was, it was like, no, like we're already challenging and battling for playing time, and it's like, nah, scrap all that. I want 16 girls at practice. We're gonna keep recruiting until we get 16 girls at practice. Consistently. So that was my thing. Like you guys saw today, the new girl, right? Kai, she ain't never played football but day in her life. Me and James, I tell you, I'm looking for just an ounce of talent. I don't care what it is. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how slow you are. If you're weak, I take the Bill Belichick method. That's the only thing I take from Bill. If they have an ounce of talent, I'm going to use it. I don't care what it is. Even if they can only move forward 1 step, I'm gonna figure out where I can put that 1 step to use. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's me though. Like I don't care what it is. If there's somebody that could just get in somebody's way, I'm using them. You know, and you know I believe in everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing about me. I believe wholeheartedly. I'm gonna put somebody in a good spot and I'm gonna let them do their thing. But that first season, it was like when I first took over, everybody just started to kind of leave. Then it was like, you know what? Hey, we gotta recruit. So we went out, started recruiting. I think the first season we might have finished with maybe 15, 16 girls. I think we finished 4 and 6. And then we won the playoff game, and then we got eliminated by the Diamonds. Last season, same thing. It just continues, you know. So the transition, going back to that question, the transition from me having that dream and taking over, having to insert a recruiting strategy that like really embodies like, hey, the more girls you have at practice, the better the team is going to be. That's where I had to get everybody in, but we had to kind of have a healing moment. Like the first 3 weeks was the team healing. Because even in the first 3 weeks, 2 or 3 people had blow-ups within each other. I lost like 3 other girls in the beginning of the season. So it's just a matter of recruiting and replacing. Recruiting, replacing, and now we got to get retention now. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Flag football is not, it's definitely not easy. I'll say that. All right, here we go. Tomorrow, between 8:15 and 8:30, we're at Banks Elementary School in Raleigh. 8:15 to 8:30. Let's get there. Let's stretch. Yeah. Let's stretch. Let's get all of the techniques in. We got money game, guys. We don't
lose money.
Right. We got big rivalry, family off the field, but you know, OCP, we already know. All right, let's break it down. Z, break this down.
All right, y'all ready?
We ain't know this!
We tuned it! Oh, that was good.
Yeah, that was fucking
yeah.
Come on, y'all, high voice.
You had the bird?
Come on, y'all, high voice, high voice. Y'all ready?
We ain't know this! We tuned this! Yeah!
So, I would like to begin with you introducing yourself. Just give me your name and your current position on the team.
My name is Beautiful Prince, and I play quarterback and corner on Gridiron Gang.